So let me try and show you what you're looking at. I'm going to use all the locks. I'm going to lock this one in first. Then I'm going to bring this up and lock this one in. Then I'm going to lock that one. So let's have a look. Top one first. Yeah, top one's in. Middle one now. No. Middle one's in. Let's do that one now. Are we in? Did it engage? Yeah, it engaged. So let's say we took this one off. Let's say we took this one off. Let's disengage and get in. Woohoo! Beautiful, beautiful. So we've made a stop end now for that, so we know where that's going to end. And we've given us space here to. We'll use this as a little micro switch. We'll put a micro switch here. We'll make a little bracket, and we'll use that as the point for the micro switch. Yeah. It's not going to be a simple on off. I'm not sure if we set the alarm when it's open. No, we've got coverage, so the alarm should be off at this point here because it's locked. And when the alarm comes off, that's when we'll know they're through the door, won't we? On this lock. So and then we'll wire this up to another hidden switch outside, so the spanner will be one and there'll be a switch. Now I've got that bench table, maybe I can make a switch inside a false bird box, or we'll come to that when we get to it. But it's definitely going to have a little micro switch, which will either be switching it on or off. Yeah. The shelf has gone back in quite nicely. We weren't sure if it was going to run the face of it, so we raised that slightly, so as it happens it's going to fit under there quite nicely. And I'm really glad we decided to put a bit of adjustment in here. Do you remember we built this adjustment in? We were sort of thinking ahead, weren't we? So now we can adjust, we can twist this round, we can adjust this in and out. So I'm happy that we can adjust that in and out, and we'll adjust it for the throw as well. But I think the depth of the nut alone will cover that, because it's only ever going to go that deep in, isn't it? Yeah, so no need to worry about that. So if we put that there flush with that surface, we know the door is always going to miss it. It's going to foul the door, is it? You could even afford to have it out slightly, but we'll leave it there so we don't catch it. So the next thing we've got to deal with is this throw here. Yeah, which is not quite right, but I mean, we've made it robust enough to take plenty of meat from here. We've made it robust enough to even grind a certain amount off the top here, so I'm not too worried about that. Let's make this fit next. We put the adjustment in, and now I'm glad we used a big pin, because this is going in nice and easy. That could be doing with going up a touch, you know. Yeah, that was up slightly. I think that would be better. But this slackness just changes that angle enough. I've ground some, but the pin is going upwards. We really want the pin to go flat, don't we? But I've sort of smoothed that pin out. It's not going to catch here. There was a little rub under here it was catching, so that was catching. This it's going to do. That's enough to do what it's got to do, but you don't want to find it where it jams itself in. You've slammed it shut too much. You don't want to cause it any trouble to come out that you have to wiggle it. As long as, you see, as it jams itself. You want it to go in and hold when it needs to hold. But ideally, you don't want it to touch any of this whilst it's going in and out. No, you only want it to touch that when somebody tries to move it. Because remember, there are several other locks working on here, like the bolt across. So you don't want to make it, you've got to make this fit the existing locks. Not make it so this fits great, but then the existing locks don't work. So you have to engage all the existing locks and then make this go in with no friction. And then you've achieved what you want to achieve. Yeah. So part of fettling and you know, making it work, we decided this needed to go up. So all we did is cut the top of that ring out. That's all we did. Raised it up. Okay. If we make another one, we'll make another one, but now we'll know we need to make it higher. This needs to be up here. This is running much, much better now. Yeah. Simply because we raised that up slightly. So now it's smooth. This is locked in. This is in its position. Hold on a minute. That's in its correct position. That's in its correct position. So this slides in unnoticed, as you might say. So this one now, look, simply by raising this slightly and smoothing this down, putting a bit of a point on it, we ground the inside of the thread there so there's nothing to catch. We got the flap disc, we put a bit of a point on the end of this, so it's easily just slides in and out now. Yeah, let's give that a try. Let's see if we can get a final lock on this. So we're going to pretend we're going to lock it. So let's put the top lock in, yeah, and we're going to put this lock in as well. Put this lock in. Not quite. There we are. We're in its locked position with all the other locks. So that should slide in easily now. So let's try it. Did it go? Did it go? Has it engaged? It has. So I'm going to take this off. And I'm going to take this lock off. Now, that's holding it. So hold on, let's see if we can get it out now. Did that do the trick? Yeah, wow, wow. Let me see if I can get you the whole view of the whole door.